You already know. Period.
Tamara announced the thing on the radio. It was public. She talked to my aunt. She's like, TT, we had, I had this thing going on around the corner from the crib. Can I come? She's like, yeah, it's public. You're gonna be, the neighborhood's gonna be here. Why not? Why wouldn't she write her niece? Why wouldn't she write her?
But it's a combination of a bunch of misunderstandings.
How I built since I was young. As far as my relationship to God, I realized that when he's sober and he's clear-minded, he's a really good dude, right? Outside, and I don't speak all the people's marriages because that's God, it's not, But man to man, we cool. And so after, and even after we left our New Orleans, I get in the car, JJ and I, with our wives. Glenn's like, hey man, I'm about to hit a burger shoot with y'all about to go. I'm like,
people's emotions are kind of like see where people.
Because when Carlos King talking off camera, we were Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was cool because even the scene that we had and Nanos, shout out to the people at Nanos in New Orleans. That was the first of all, the staff was great. But when we stepped away from the cameras, Glenn and I talked, man to man. We just had that. I said, good, I see where you're at, I see where I'm at. Look, good. When he's sober and he's clear-minded, he's a really good dude. Right? Outside, I don't speak all the people's marriages because that's not. But man to man, we cool. And so after that, and even after we left out New Orleans, I get in the car, JJ and I, with our wives. Glenn's like, hey man, I'm about to hit a burger shoot with y'all about to go. I'm like, I'm going to Jackson, man. I gotta get back to my base. We dapped it up, we shook hands. It was love. There was no issues, at least on my part. It wasn't until 2 weeks later to the opening, when I realized the energy and the negativity I was greeted with. And I didn't understand because when we got to Latrice's, I think, boutique shop with the hair stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Glenn said some slick shit to me, but I was like, whatever. Because first of all, it was hot as hell. Like it was burning hot out there. My wife wasn't feeling well. We had to go pick the kids. We're dealing with trying to be on time for the event. We had many things going on, so we were going back and forth. Nevertheless, when we arrived, man, Glenn had some slick shit to say, and I really
remember what he said.
I think he was making fun of my because I just got shaped up and I got separated and shit. So I think he said something like that. But when you married, man, and your wife is in your ass about being late, worried about the kids, I wasn't paying attention to none of it. I was just kind of locked in. So with that said, man, as we kind of go through it, I noticed the energy was just different. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. Even JJ noticed it. Me and JJ are very honest with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's like, but I knew he had a lot of shit going on with him. So I was just like, well, okay, Jay. And then when we arrived in Toast, Cliff greeted me at the door. I shook his hand, and we loved, yada, yada, yada. And we went to the back of the restaurant where Cliff, I think, has a cigar bar. And for somebody that owns an establishment, I know how hard it is to get it off the ground.
Yeah.
Get a plan. It takes time. It takes a lot of things to get. So me and my wife, being two blacks, a couple that supports black businesses, we were happy for them, right? My wife has always been outside of the drama, always supportive of what Latrice has done, solely because we know how hard fucking business is. It is not easy, especially when you're taking a chance on yourself and you're investing in your name and what you're trying to bring to the table. So outside of that, we were happy with what they would have been able to do. And so fast forward, we get to the cigar bar. I'm looking around with Jay, and when we leave out of there, I walk to the bar and I see Cliff. I'm like, hey man, because he was talking to somebody. I was like, I just want to take the time. I said, congratulations. This is awesome. Beautiful place. Da. Great. And he was drinking, and I could tell I've been around Cliff enough to know when he's getting a little saucy. So I was just like, cool, but this is his restaurant. This is time to celebrate. I'm not gonna tell the man not to drink and how to drink. That's not what I'm there for. So fast forward, man, I said, congratulations, awesome job. I step back. If you watch the scene, the women get to dancing, the drinks get to going, the food get to eating, and everybody's kind of relaxing themselves. Excuse me. And we get to the, obviously they set the scene up, and I realized, man, as I sat down, and obviously they showed the clip of Glenn slapping my hand away, something changed, right? I just feel it like I realized like the odds were on me. It was, and I've never been in that position, especially like not insane. I've always been like, whatever happens, happens. We'll do our dialogue. We kind of keep it pushing. And so I'm sitting next to my wife, JJ Gucci, on and on and on. And I can tell by their little, they didn't show it a lot of it because obviously you gotta edit and do what they do. But I could tell they was gearing up, right? Like you could tell, you know, like the mumbling, the other stuff. And I also know the other, we had two, I guess we call them castmates from Huntsville. Well, they're not castmates, but from other shows, they were there in attendance as well. I could tell their energy had spiked up. Like it was almost like they were showing off. And I was saying, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I said, okay. Because Dustin, Jazz, Los, you know when somebody's 100 with you, right? You know when you just know, right? It doesn't have to be, right? You know when somebody's perking up or kind of show off in front of somebody. And so when we're going through our back and forth, I was like, oh, this is different. This isn't our normal whatever, you know, especially Cliff standing up talking about fuck you, you ain't got money, you know, you a small fish in a big pond, I'm Jesus. And I'm like, bro, you ain't never talked to me like that. Mm-hmm. Not one-on-one. I've been right next to you. I sat next to you. That ain't never been your energy. The most you've ever said was, Willie, I don't like you. Okay, what's next? That's the most you ever said. So for you to do that in your establishment, in front of my wife, in front of people I don't know, on my side of other people, I'm like, oh, y'all think I'm fish food. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, let's get this shit popping.
This is no shade to nobody, but who is that lady Jazz? You know, you have to understand, I've been in YouTube streets for over a long time. When I see people pop up, I ask these questions like, who are you? Who is Jazz?
So there's this narrative running around that my wife and I showed up with 15 people. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's a public event. My wife's family lives around the corner. I showed up with my niece and my sister-in-law. Mm-hmm. There was no 15 people. There was no entourage, none of that. And so I get frustrated because there's this running narrative that we showed up with a posse. I'm 6'3", 300-something pounds. If I wanted to tear shit up, I don't need women under 5'5" to tear shit up.
Whoever that was in the pink had the heart of a 6'6", 335 pounds.
Okay,
why was that in the pink, Willie? Because whoever
I'm keeping the buck. So this is what happened.
Because we want to know if she was in the group time. You know, we want to know if she was not, because she gave nothing you buck and she did.
Right. About her, she don't talk and she walking. You know what I mean? And she would crack a motherfucker quick. And after looking at everything that transpired, I don't feel proud about that scene.
Willie, because whoever
I'm keeping the buck. So this is what happened.
Because we want to know if she was in the group time. You know, we want to know if she was not, because she gave nothing you buck and she did. Like Willie, she was sitting already, standing already.
It's the way Carlos King said crime off for me. I can't.
What was who sent her, Willie?
But that's the thing. Think about it. Nobody said it, right? Tamara announced the thing on the radio. It was public. She talked to my aunt. She's like, TT, I hear this thing going on around the country from the crib. Can I come? She's like, yeah, it's public. You're gonna be, the neighborhood's gonna be here. Why not? Why wouldn't she write her niece? Why wouldn't she write her sister? By the way, who showed up in flip-flops? So if you're really coming with smoke, you think we all would know what the hood look like. If you're gonna show up, you ain't showing up.
I told you guys. See, some people I know they watch us. We talked about this on last week. I told you that when I said it on my channel, I said that her people was there, but I didn't mean it in no bad way. Some gathering like this, a big gathering like this, food, drinks, whatever. I don't, the neighborhood showing up as well. Then yeah, of course my people gonna come.
Slides. You showing up with at least a hoodie and some shit, ready to get it popped, right? And so fast forward. When I told Cliff to suck my nuts, my belts, when he stood up, I had smooth bottoms on. I didn't know what his intention was, but you wasn't gonna rush me. I already knew what time it was. So I stood up, and because we were on a platform, I stepped down. And one thing about me, man, bro, and this is what pisses me off, and this isn't, and Los, you weren't there. my niece is she's a rider, man. She's a motherfucking rider. And when I look down the store next to me, I realized like it's on. It was on. It wasn't because one thing I know about her, she don't talk and she walking. You know what I mean? She will crack a motherfucker quick. And after looking at everything that transpired, I don't feel proud about that scene.
Yeah.
I'm very embarrassed about that. Because as a man, my main goal is to protect the women in my life. Between my wife, my sister, and everybody. And I was off my post because it doesn't matter if Glenn and I did squabble. I left 3 women vulnerable that was under my protection. And so I cringe at that because everything that did transpire in Toast, it bled outside. And that's when it got really crazy. And you know, I watched 8 girls jump on my niece, or at least try, right? And one of the girls turned to her like, when I see you, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. And that's all because I let, and I tell my wife this. When somebody controls your emotions, they control you. And I let my emotions get the best of me. And I know I have enough mental agility, enough wit to slap both of those dum-dums down, right? I know that. But I let my emotions go to a place that I left them exposed, even with me living here, if there was retaliation. Now they're exposed because at the end of the day, man, unless you weren't there, once we kind of got everything calmed down, I was across the street and I was looking at Toast and I was watching these people spill out this restaurant. And I was watching people go to their cars, and I'm watching people with intent in their eyes who don't play TV. They don't play TV. And so I'm looking at it like, man, Willie, you dropped the ball here. You know, I blame me because I felt like I got to protect my wife at all costs. I got to protect them at all costs. And here we are doing exactly what I didn't want to do when I got the opportunity to join the show.
And this is what, as far as Willie's concerned, why I rock with Willie. Okay. I rock with Willie because, for one thing, he is very transparent, saying that he did not like to sing. And I could understand if you get upset or get angry or whatever and show, everyone has those moments in their life. I don't care what nobody says, myself included. If you're able to look back at a tape and see yourself, you're like, oh man, even if you didn't go as far as the other person, the fact that you engaged in it is enough to upset you because you don't like how you look. And so for Willie, I give him that respect because he's sitting here saying, look, I don't like the scene. His family came, everybody came. And so when he's saying that he saw people coming, got a taste and saw these people are not TV, they're coming because they're coming with the smoke pretty much. He's like, oh man, I did not want this.
I didn't want to be an example of this, right? And so I was embarrassed. I didn't feel good about this. I didn't watch, I haven't watched it. I've seen it one time, and I'm not proud of myself. First of all, I was the maddest I've ever seen my wife. And I've done a lot of dumb shit. That was the maddest I've ever seen her tear shit up. And I was frustrated, man, because, I have just, I'm in jazz. I have a foundation, man. I talk to kids time. All it takes is 30 seconds to ruin your life. And I was an exact example of what I told.
Donna D, who is Jazz? I'm not being shady on saying, who is that?
I tell kids not to be. And that pains me, man.
No shade. Carlos King doesn't understand is that he thinks he's the personality on YouTube. There's been a lot of us around here on YouTube doing this before Carlos King got on here, and I don't know who Jazz is. It sounds so shady. It's my girl coming through. Merry Christmas, Mama. Happy Christmas Eve. Kim My Chiefs TV was an impromptu live. Everybody been talking about it. I know you kind of want to get in on this as well. So I was like, look, let's talk about it. I'm playing the audio so far. I'm right at the point where he's talking about his wife, how he felt embarrassed about the scene. He hasn't watched it, but he said that's the maddest he's ever seen his wife. So I'm in the middle of that. I'm just playing the audio to the point of the big announcement.
Okay, play it because I didn't hear that. I only
okay, gotcha.
This is you. So what do you tell? You let your emotions get the best of you because of what? Because of some name calling? And I did feel disrespected. I felt like they were coming at me. And I did feel like my back was pinned against the wall. And you're not going to embarrass me in front of my wife. You know what I mean? And I try to paint the picture like this. I have an establishment.
Are you on your computer or on your phone?
I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay.
If I was to invite them in my establishment and whatever we celebrate, and I think it's solely about disrespecting them in my bar, I expect them to have the same type of retaliation. Like, you invited me here for this bullshit?
I get that.
So I don't feel good about it because one thing, my wife, who I love to death, she's putting in the work, man. She cares about Jackson.
Mama, what you doing?
On the show or not?
Yeah, all I heard was woo, woo. I was like,
Oh, I'm walking. I'm about
oh,
to
okay.
go sit down.
Oh, it's the wind blowing problem. Okay.
We're talking to law enforcement. She's had the Fair Forest Street Festival 2 years in a row where she brought in David Banner, shocker from DTP, Dr. Jackie. She's exploiting Black businesses within the city. You know, this isn't a storyline. I watch this woman, as much as my passion is football and sports, I watch this woman go sleepless nights trying to bring something to Jackson from a sense of positivity. You know, we're walking into rooms talking to state officials. We're walking into talking to the chief of police. We're walking to people who have impact within our community, and I show that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not happy with it. I'm upset about it. And I felt like, you know, people want to give me and my wife validation for standing on business. I don't feel like I stood up for myself, sure. But I dropped the ball because my goal at the end of the day is to make sure my wife and my family get home safely, unscratched. And that situation was 5 minutes from being on the 5 o'clock news. And it's all because I control my emotions.
I think that's.
And I know I'm stronger than it.
So one thing I do want to say is that to me, I know commercials on y'all. One thing I do want to say is that what was frustrating for me to watch this.
It's great of you.
And because when Akisha, still gal, I don't know who Jazz even is, I still don't know who it is. When Akisha was sitting there, for him to make a comment about, that was Glenn, oh, you got a young wife and he got Akisha. I still don't see the purpose of that.
And there was a lot of accountability that was taking place. You see, Willie is doing it tonight in terms of, listen, the beauty of reality television too is this, and this is the reason why I always, and I think
this is a reality show.
okay. And there was a lot of
trying to get to his wife
that was taking place. You see, Willie is doing it tonight in terms of, listen, the beauty of reality television too is this, and this is the reason why I always take up for just not my stars, but I take up for the genre in itself is no one's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at yourself, we've all done stupid stuff. We've all done stuff we wish we could not have done. What bothers me is, look, I know when you guys are on television, you're constantly judged, and you're judged for an action that happened in the moment. And that's why I appreciate Willie saying, like, look, I take responsibility for my actions. My job at the end of the day is to protect my wife and my children. And regardless of who started it, who finished it, I love the fact, Willie, like you said tonight, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because you have to go home to that. And you're working daily with your wife, trying to make sure to really bring things down to Jackson, but in terms of your state of New York and New Jersey too. So again, I appreciate you for acknowledging that. And Willie gets more into it about that scene, but also just in terms of like when men Jones on each other, or when they joke with each other, and like Dustin was asking.
The fact that he said with men Jones on each other lets me know that you don't do that. Don't want to say, oh my God. Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
Like, was Glenn really that mad?
I'm trying to get to where she
Cool. Only you can be the judge of that. But I'm just telling you how I see it. And so, in Cliff running with this narrative that my wife is jealous of Latrice, Lord, please stop.
Okay, here we go.
Things personally. So there's a lot of surprise that comes out of every
Yeah, like I'm listen. I hear you say that, but I grew up in a locker room, right? And I grew up in a locker room, raw alphas. You had to be able to stand up, either take it or tell somebody that now you crossed the line. And if you felt like they were still disrespecting you, then there's another level you have to take it to. So I've been in a locker room since I was 8 years old with my dad. And I've watched men go back and forth with jokes. The problem is I'm a firm believer in body language. You know when you're taking it too far. And I felt like there was moments in that scene where, because I felt like Glenn knew me, or at least we were cool, he just said, listen, now we cool. Like, there's moments like, nah, this is getting a little out. As a man, I feel like I'm taking it somewhere that that's not my intention. I'm gonna say, nah, my bad, homie. We bullshitting. Let's party. Let's celebrate. There's ways of getting around it. He didn't do it. And so, and what's wild about it too is that whole "suck my nuts" Belle, comment was directed at Cliff, right? But it was Glenn that jumped back. But when me and Glenn got into it, guess who's running? Cliff. So my thing is like, if y'all too bowdy, then be bowdy together. You know what I mean? Because I know if I come at my man, if I'm jumping in for my man, and my man's not standing next to me ready to go, then where's your loyalty at? And I've always told Glenn, I was like, man, your admiration, your loyalty to this guy, I think you got to be careful, dog. And I've always tried to talk life into Glenn. I've always been like, yo, dog, like you sure you sure about your friendship? And I've had those conversations with him, and he's always like, I'm on my own, man, and da. Cool, only you can be the judge of that. But I'm just telling you how I see it. And so, and Cliff running with this narrative that my wife is jealous of Latrice. Lord, please stop. Just please. Letitia, whoever that I heard that comment, please stop.
I think you're speaking to something that is really relevant and very important, right? That people take note of and discuss, right? I'm a Black man of a certain age, and and just a lot. It was just time, man, and I felt like I've been stewing.
Here we go.
Because when Akisha come on?
Right now, I found it.
Hello, everybody.
How cute are you? I love your ears.
Thank you. I'm trying to get this house ready for these kids for the holidays.
Well, Akisha, I got one last question for Willie. Okay, can he have his own shot, Akisha? It's from your interview with me.
Yes, he can. You can answer his question, and I'm gonna say what I have to say, and that's it.
Well, I have a question for you. I love you, baby. Listen, Willie, the most important question of the night. You can say, Akisha, come on, baby.
I'm ready to answer your question, bro.
Okay, I love you so Akisha, how to love, baby. Okay.
That's right.
Willie, everybody wants to know this one pressing question. Why did you cut off your locks?
Oh man.
She just came, so I don't know what happened. She just came.
Don't nobody care if he cut off his locks.
But she's only there for a short time, so I don't want to fast forward through it. That's why I haven't.
And a lot of people cry in the chair to kind of have this breakdown. And
I didn't recognize that he did cut his locks. I didn't tell you I won't pay no attention.
And which is true. I had lost my mother. I had lost my uncle. And I recently just lost my aunt in the last 6 years. On top of 4 years, right? On top of getting mad.
No shade. It's funny you cut your locks after they were making fun of it. I'm just being honest. They were making fun of his hair too. They were.
Married and just a lot. It was just time, man. And I felt like I've been stewing on it for a long time, but I had to kind of just say, you know what? It's time for a new look, new change. And I'm happy about it. I'm happy because it's necessary for me, because I got tired of sitting in the chair for 3 to 4 hours, getting twisted, styled, shaped up. For 2 weeks, it's back to neutral. So it was just time.
You like it, Akisha? You like the,
Yes, I love it. It's like getting a whole brand new man.
So Akisha, before I let you guys go, can you update us on everything going on with Fairs for your foundation and all the many things you have going on?
Yes, I mean, it's all out there. The foundation's doing well. This is busy season for us. We just finished our Christmas in the Bronx, where we do a huge toy giveaway to Willie's community of the South Bronx.
Okay, I'm just letting this play because I don't want to not catch because I haven't heard it. I want to hear her say it.
At the Nitro Classic Center, which is right in the projects where he was born and raised in Melrose Project. We're getting ready for our HBCU College Fair. Also for our health fair that's going to be in Jackson, Mississippi. So Sophia and I are coming together to do the second annual health fair, and we have some panelists, and we're doing a brunch, and we are focusing on heart health, vascular health, and menopause health. And it's in February, so it's going to be amazing because So Gucci's mom died of a heart attack along with cancer. My mother died of massive heart attack. Her twin sister died of a heart attack. Willie's mom had a heart attack associated with lupus and lost her. And then her twin sister died in the beginning of the year. So we are really focusing on women's heart health, vascular health, and correlating how menopause associates with heart health. Yeah. So we're going to do that. And but anyway, I just wanted to step in. I am excited that Belle Collective has been picked up for another season. I got my pickup letter. And
that's right.
We were excited about that, and we want to congratulate Carlos, and we want to congratulate the show, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of the platform. But unfortunately, we will not be returned. So just wanted to say that the colognes are done.
I grew up on TikTok. And make your
What the hell?
that
First of all, I want everybody to see Carlos King's face when she said this. Hold on right quick. Wait. Because I swear.
His face kind of looked like his reunion face.
Get up, Jesus. Baby, why was it so? My thing was, why was it so quiet? Baby, I would have kept on talking. You know me. I don't know. I'm used to stuff happening in the middle of live. Stuff that happened here. I would have just kept on talking. I would have said something goofy. Okay. Let me go to my email. Baby, hold on. I gotta rewind it just a little bit. What's time set? 5:55.
I will say that was the most entertaining thing Akisha has ever said since she's been on the show.
In the Bronx, where we do a huge toy giveaway to Willie's community of the South Bronx at the Nitro Classic Center, which is right in the projects where he was born and raised.
She snuck it in there.
Melrose Project.
He was not ready.
For our HBC college fair. Also for our health fair that's going to be in Jacksonville.
This is a reality show.
Born and raised in Melrose Project. We're getting ready for our HBCU college fair. Also for our health fair that's going to be in Jacksonville City. So Sophia and I are coming together to do the second annual health fair, and we have some panelists, and we're doing a brunch, and we are focusing on heart health, vascular health, and menopause health. And it's in February, so it's going to be amazing because so Gucci's mom died of a heart attack along with cancer. My mother died of massive heart attack. Her twin sister died of a heart attack. Willie's mom had a heart attack associated with lupus and lost her. And then her twin sister died in the beginning of the year. So we are really focusing on women's heart health, vascular health, and correlating how menopause associates with heart health. Yeah. So we're going to do that. And but anyway, I just want to step in. I am excited that Belle Collective has been picked up for another season. I got my pickup letter. And
that's right.
We were excited about that, and we want to congratulate Carlos, and we want to congratulate the show. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of the platform. But unfortunately, we will not be returned. So just wanted to say that. The colognes are done. So thank y'all. Merry Christmas.
It was the thank y'all Merry Christmas for me. Okay, so come out to TV. We gotta hear about them more. Go ahead, Mama. Why did we laugh when you did it? Thank y'all Merry Christmas. Oh shit. What you thought, Mama? Go ahead.
She said my lawyer gonna contact your lawyer, but I wanted you to hear from me first.
Just like Lee was saying, the calls is coming from inside the house. So go ahead, Mama. What are your thoughts about them leaving? And
I'm happy that they're leaving. One, I said it on my Weekend in Reality live that they don't need this. Like, your husband is an ex-NFL player. He was entertaining and high profile enough to spin that into a football commentator position. Not everyone gets that after they retire.
True.
He was in the league longer than 10 years, so he still gonna have that NFL retirement check. Y'all didn't need this check. And like your husband says, he has stuff to lose. These people ain't got nothing to lose.
100%.
They're there because they need the check.
Mm.
You're there because you want to be famous. You want to be on TV. It's a difference. Their level of turning up for the cameras is different than your level because you don't have to do too much because you're going back home to a mansion. They trying to get to a mansion.
100%. Come on now.
So it's a piece of it where I don't think Akisha is without blame because she did have some people there with her ready to fight.
Okay, so they talked about that. That's the part that you did miss. So he brought it up and he said that actually, because Tamara had, well, everyone announced on the radio about this whole taste. It was open. The neighborhood came through, like everybody
So
came
everybody
out.
could come.
Everybody could come. And so then she also even reached out to Tamara, and Tamara was like, yeah, sure, you come. So they even went a step further. So for people to bring that up, I'm happy he cleared it up. You can't say anything if
I'm
she
not
also
mad at
no,
them,
not
but
you,
who
mama.
are them
Not
people
no,
with
no.
the scarves on their head ready to fight.
Well, the people that you're talking about was with the redhead was I think that's her auntie or cousin or something like that. Now he mentions there was some people that came out of Chase that weren't associated with them that you can tell they had ill intentions in mind. Now I'm not saying that he's saying them, but in my opinion, from just listening to you and what I watch, that's who he's talking about. Who else would he be talking about? That look like something they would do something, put against some trouble, however you want to say it. And so I'm agreeing with you about that part. I think those people were probably about to pop out. You know how I go, like say for instance, a big barbecue and everybody come out, right? You got family, friends, but you don't know who's attached to who. You got cousins, my mom-in-law, whatever. So you don't know who's who. But everybody get to drink and somebody get mad at a top domino table and there's a fight. It can happen just that quickly. So something like this to me is not like a surprise, but I'm gonna say this. I don't blame Akisha or Willie. No, I'm sorry. I don't blame Akisha. I blame Willie. And he even took accountability. And they must watch our commentary because they was actually speaking on things that we said. I blame Willie. I blame Glenn. Everybody keeps on saying that Cliff had to put a battery in Glenn's back. That is not the case. Even when you hear Willie speak about how him and Cliff, everything was cool until they got over there, it's because Glenn is the one putting the battery in Cliff's back. Cliff, the first thing he said in his ear was, oh, he mad because you got a trophy wife, a beautiful wife, and you got Akisha. You got a young wife, whatever.
Wait, who got a trophy wife?
Glenn told Cliff when after he passed by and slapped Willie's hand away or whatever happened, when he sat down, he whispered in Cliff's ear, he mad because you got a young wife and he has Akisha. That's literally how he said it. It was real shady. Then they started going in on his hair. Cliff wasn't saying anything until Glenn started it. So y'all not watching. I mean, people, y'all are saying that Glenn, no. Glenn has an issue with Willie.
Glenn started it because he came in. That man reached out.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
And he slapped his hand away. So he was on the BS.
They're saying that Cliff put a battery in Glenn's back. I don't agree with that, but go ahead, Mama.
I don't think so either. I think it's the opposite. Glenn is jealous of Willie because Glenn is the one who wants to be in the limelight. He wanted to be a rapper at some time. I think he's jealous that the men on this show, most of the men are entrepreneurs. So he done jumped off the tug.
Quit his job.
Have a business that his wife has to run. That had really pissed me off. But we ain't talking about that. But I think Glenn is jealous of him.
Yes.
To have
I agree.
The status and the fame that Willie has, and his only claim to fame is being on this show with his wife. That's probably why.
Come on, girl. And then not even that. Let's go back a little bit further. When Willie came on the show, when the men came on the show, let's talk about the fans. Fans speak very loudly, and I know you're a blogger, so you know this. So the fans were speaking very loudly, saying, "I like Willie." People were saying, I don't like Glenn. No, I'm saying like the fans. The fans were saying, I like Willie, I don't like Glenn. And mostly because of, how, the Glenn, the baby, all that crap. Before Willie, this is pre-Willie. A lot of fans, a lot of women were not crazy about Glenn, how he treated Lil Mama. So when you bring Willie in, they're like, oh, I love Willie. You know, he saw that last season. He started to have a little hate for Willie towards the end of the season last season. And I believe it's a combination of what you said and what I'm saying. He was jealous of him, of his status on the show. Willie was always the kind of person that want to stay behind the scenes. But when he came on camera, you would see the comments, oh my God, I love Willie. Even myself as a blogger, I said I love them as a couple on the show. So I felt he was jealous of that because Glenn was known on the show to be problematic, have issues, maybe have a baby on the side baby, whatever you want to say, cheating on her, quitting his job. You understand? Not being there for the son. If you look at the beginning of Belle Collective, he looks like trash, still does. But I'm making a point that Willie never got that. And you know, people shrink when they're on TV and see those comments and that they look bad in it. He can't handle it, in my opinion.
But he has to look at his own actions. Like, I'll be honest with you. I have never cared for Akisha and Willie. I didn't start to like them until I saw their podcast episode when I really got to see Willie's personality. Because, mind you, I don't know who he is from football, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
So once I saw his personality and JJ, I was like, okay, I see why him and JJ get along. They both kind of silly. And I like his personality. And I started to warm up to them because I was like, okay, it's more to them what they have been portraying. But I've always said they don't need this. This ain't for you. Akisha, this ain't the lane for you. Carlos is one step above Zeus. And the only reason he can't go full Zeus is because he's on the Oprah Winfrey Network and she's not gonna let him.
Oh, you know that. And I would be surprised if at some point in time in the future, Carlos King tries to do a Ray J and have his own Zeus. I'm so serious. I would not be surprised if he's working on it. I'm telling you.
Here for the mess.
He's going to have his own podcast and app very, very soon where all his shows will be on that app and on there. Y'all mark my word. Y'all heard it here first. I'm telling you it's coming.
Because look at his shows. He has a ton of shows and people love to watch them, but nobody gets along on his shows. I don't see a true friendship amongst any of the cast on any of his shows. It's just people who want to check. We're going to come feel. We're going to come turn up. And then we're going home.
Okay, well, Carlos King. So when Ma talks about him and she says he does too much, and I've heard other bloggers say it too. They feel that he does too much. He wants to get all the glory, all the interviews, all everything. And I'm going to tell you, I know a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I feel like when it comes to his shows, he wants to be the only one to interview them. And I'm saying this on my channel. And I also feel like he brought in Dustin, but I mentioned a long time ago, you have no women bloggers only Dustin. Now you brought in Jazz, which I don't know who that even is. The thing about it is, if Carlos King really wanted to be that dude, there are bloggers all over YouTube who've been doing this for years. I'm not going to say just myself, but myself, Kim My Cheeks TV. There's the bloggers that I don't even like who've been doing it for years and years, and you do things for Carlos, which is fine. We all do things for our own self-preservation. We're supposed to do it anyway. But I don't talk about it. But there is a certain distaste some bloggers have in their mouth when it comes to Carlos King. I don't think he realizes it at all. He doesn't get it. He has been in these streets, YouTube streets. He just been the person for a Real Housewives of Potomac when he was on those things doing it, and now he's doing his own show. And just like Kim My Cheeks said, he's very, very messy, which is why I feel one day, and I'm messy too, so I'm not saying this in a judgment way, but I think he's going to end up having his own app, whatever. But I'm saying this also too, I wish people would understand and recognize you have your show, right? You're all doing recaps, do the same thing that bloggers have done for years on your shows, but you only do, just like I remember when what's her name, Carmen was on his show, because a lot of things were going on with DC that was involved with me. So I didn't realize that she brought me up more than one time, and he acted like he just moved on. And to me, it's like the cast know, but you act funny, and you got Dustin on there because she's your favorite, and Jazz, and there's no shade. It sounds like really bad, but I don't know who she is. And so you to me, some movements that he make, I'm not crazy about it. I just don't talk about it because I don't care about it. But Ma talks about it a lot, and I just thought about it. Something she said recently about how I feel like he does too much. Your producer, your recap. She said, sit your ass down and do one thing. I say do what you want to do. It's your stuff. but at the same time, you don't. At the same time, you lost. You didn't even know a girl for to come on here and quit on your damn live, bro. You didn't even know in the middle. I can tell you didn't know. You had no clue.
He
Which was
had
all
no
good
clue.
TV. You had no clue. You know what I'm saying? You're doing too much. To me, if you really was that dude, you would knew what was going on. You would have known this was coming. I'm sorry. Okay.
He should have known it was coming just based on the cast. Like, they seem like the type where, okay, this went too far. We don't need this. Like, it was cute, but now we gonna move on. To me, I don't know. I mean, it's for each their own, and it's nothing wrong with wanting to get fame. However you can get it. They said fame is hell of a drug. But if I was set up in a mansion in Jersey with 2 kids and a husband that seemed faithful, you can't put nothing past nobody, but her husband seems faithful, loving, adoring.
Yes.
I wouldn't be trying to track my kids halfway across the country to be on Belle Collective. No.
The good thing about her being on this show, to be honest, she's had recognition. So the things that she does do outside, like the foundation thing she has, I mean, she can literally utilize that her power for good, essentially, in which I think she will. So I think she'll use it in a positive way. It's just unfortunate.
Well, that's a positive thing. She spent a couple of seasons on here. She has a bigger name recognition now, because before Belle Collective, I didn't know who she was.
I didn't know either.
So now we recognize her name, and she can do more positive things in the community because she has a more recognizable name.
Agreed.
But I'm definitely not about to sit up here and fight on national TV and have my husband risking his good contract job over there, whatever NFL network he working with. No, ma'am.
Oh no, there is no way I would ever do that. So for her, I get it. Like, it's not. I just don't think it's worth it. And for him, when he walked out the door and said, "This isn't worth it," I remember I said, and then for the thing about it, if you have ladies who are talking on the same episode that all this happened, blame me and my husband for it. Y'all invited me, mind you. And then on top of the fact, you guys are like talking about me saying that I shouldn't be here. It's a wrap for me. It's literally a wrap for me. I'm out. Why am I staying for this? You literally just told me it's my fault. I need to go ahead and go. Y'all are like, y'all trying to team up and say, "Oh, we're gonna kick her out." No, ma'am. No need for it. I quit.
Right. You ain't gotta ice me out. Y'all can have it.
Period.
Because y'all are just a hair fracture away from being Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like, I'm almost ready to turn y'all off because y'all still are.
Wow.
If they bring Dr. Antoinette back, I'm gonna lose interest, because if all she got to talk about is being upset about some stuff that happened season 1, leave her. Now I hope Tisha read her talking about your clinic ain't open no more, because you was on here with your heirs talking about I lose money filming with y'all. It seemed like you should have stayed away from the cameras and with your clients. But we gonna see down to the reunion.
The reunion gonna be juicy. I mean, I hope if you let me know if you're available. I'm gonna go live Friday night.
Now you know I don't watch that stuff live. You know I'll be watching on the fast forward.
Well, no, I'm talking. Well, actually, if you have the app, you can watch it at 7. I'm going live like after like at 8:00 or something like that. You can watch it on the app. I don't never watch it live. I always watch it on the app. It goes to my app immediately at 7:00. I can look at it on my phone or on the TV and fast forward through the boring parts. So, because I already know part 1 gonna be about. I already talked about it in part 2. Part 2 gonna be a little more juicy, but part 1 gonna have juicy parts in it. So you want to? I'm just letting you know I will be live for the reunion Friday. If you want to jump in, I'll just send you the link.
It depends on what time, because I don't usually watch it until like an hour or 2 after it go off.
I have to see what time I have it set for. I don't know. Okay. It's a hotmess.com. I will say Belle Collective really has been showing their ass. I'm sorry, this season. But we know who's driving the truck, which is Carlos King. So you know it is what it is. So, and I'm watching it. So obviously I like some of this mess. But Antoinette, I'm not happy about. I think that's trash. 4 years of drama that you had 4 years ago. You should have said some time ago. So I don't want to hear about it. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear about it.
Bring in somebody brand new, a fresh story, not somebody's friend, not Tree's friend, not Marie friend. Bring in somebody brand new in the community that's willing to do this, so we can get a fresh
for real
story.
That know everybody. 100%. I agree.
They ain't even got to know everybody. Just
Well,
fresh
okay,
start.
like for instance, Tisha, Latricia, whatever, Trisha from Huntsville. Remember, she knew like Martha. She ain't got to know everybody, but know some people. Like just don't play somebody who this is my first day meeting everybody. At least know somebody. But I don't want her to come in like Selena, who I feel like is what's the name's friend for every little thing. She feel more confident since Selena been added to the cast because to my opinion, when Gucci, she felt like Gucci had everybody, she couldn't handle it. I'm sorry, she don't like what I'm saying, but she kind of weak. But when Selena came, now she's all about, yeah, now you even get your husband. I'm about to read you real quick. Ma'am, you will never talk to your man the way you were talking to your husband this trip in New Orleans. I was like, who is that? Because you've never talked to your man like that. You have so much confidence since Selena been on there. You need a gang. You need a crew.
Trees?
Yes. You need people to be cheering behind you. You're one of those. You need like a hype man. You're one of those. Period. I'm sorry.
Girl, she was only talking to Glenn like that because it was a cameraman in that room.
Not Glenn. You mean Cliff?
Whoever. I always mix their husband up.
I'm late, but I want to say Marie and Sophia need to be prepared as they will be retargeted for season 6. Interesting.
Marie and Sophia.
Well, if Akisha is gone, I agree with that. Marie been the target. Somebody made a comment. One of the men made a comment that said, "Oh, it's not Marie ain't the troublemaker. Somebody else now." Talking about Willie. That's called Willie, the new Marie. Like,
I like Marie. I know she messy as hell, but I like Marie. And if Marie and Treese could come together and at least say, let's have a fresh start. Whatever happened in the past, happened in the past. But you don't F with me, I won't. If they could have a fresh start, I think the show could be better. Because I'm tired of Treese and Marie going at each other over them wigs or whatever they was arguing about.
Wigs are stupid.
So Gucci could go.
Oh, wow. So Donna D said, I don't think Akisha would have gotten that property on Ferris Street if she hadn't been on Belle Collective. She's more from that franchise. That's not correct. Her family actually had a lot to do with Ferris Street. Now, what you should be asking is, why is it that Trisha, who been doing this since the very first season of Belle Collective, couldn't get nothing done, no shade, but Akisha was there for a year or two and literally got things done that she could not. That should be the question. No shade, I'm just keeping it real.
Girl, okay. We all know the answer to that. Akisha has the bank account and Tisha doesn't. Her husband was tugboating. They said it's a good paying job.
It is.
It ain't paying enough for her to get no building on Ferris Street. And it could be made clear from Kiss My Cheek TV. I don't give a damn about Ferris Street. I really wish they would quit talking about it. Move on.
Oh, Jesus. Sugar Brown 37 said Latrice's example of laying on her back to get on her feet. I am not impressed. Oh, Lord Jesus.
That's not true. They said Treese had that hair going.
She did.
And she
had it before
before
her husband. She didn't have it wasn't big as it is now, but she started that from her. He helped her get her building once she got it because she started the whole concept.
Started with them vending machines. Yes. That was her concept, and she had her own little empire. So I ain't gonna hate on Treese for that.
No, I've always thought she was a good businesswoman. I just think that when she got with Clifton, she thought she had blonde. I love Marie. She has been giving bad edits since season 1. 100% agree with that. She's been giving dark-skinned black woman bad edits since season 1. Sorry, I have a lot to say about that, but I don't get too much into it.
Letitia, Marie, she messy. We ain't gonna blame it on the edit. Marie be on 10 sometimes too when it's not necessary.
I understand that, but black women as a whole, when they're on reality TV, get bad edits, and she's one of them. Sugar Brown 37 said Letitia broke. She knew she didn't have the assets to buy a funnel cake. Oh shit! On Ferris Street, I guess. Pretty much agreeing with Kim Cheeks. All right. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I just want to play when she got terminated. And I want to keep my cheeks to kind of jump in. I hate she couldn't enter her channel. What do you want to say so they can come to your channel? What you got going on yours this weekend? Just anything, if anything.
I probably won't be back popping into January because a lot of shows aren't coming on this week. And then next week I'm gonna be in Vegas. So whatever comes on this weekend, I'll try to review before. But if you care about the competition shows, the love shows, everything is gonna be popping in January. We have like 5-6 new shows, and I'm reviewing all of them.
Well, all right, guys. So I may have an interview with, ending up with the summit. I've already done a couple to end this year out or next year. Of course, you guys know Squid Games is coming out. I don't review the original. I reviewed the competition one. I will be talking about, of course, the new show on Amazon, the Beast Games, and just binging some stuff this week. And maybe might talk about some stuff. Not sure. Netflix made me mad. And I stopped reviewing a couple of shows, but I do that all the time. So I'm watching a show this week, and I might review and talk about it, and some new stuff that I have. And of course, I'm still waiting for like she said, I got lots of coming
Are
in
you
January.
doing traders?
Of course.
Okay.
I have a lot coming up, and but Kimachi, when I go live, you have time to stop by and do traders too. So I got traders coming up. I really want to do Beast Games with Kimachi TV because she does competition shows. The good thing about Amazon, they do them in like 2 or 3 shows at a time, so we didn't do it this time. I did a quick video, but we'll schedule a better video where we can talk about it together.
I'll tell you what I was gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
Always push that button. Remember when Denzel said, "I'm leaving here with something"?
Mm-hmm.
That would be me on Mr. Beast Games. I'm leaving here with something.
Period.
So,
and I talked about
but
that
I am
myself.
enjoying it. Now I want to know. You can tell me off camera. I asked my channel, do they want me to review Mr. Beast Games? And I got a majority of people saying they don't support him for whatever reasons. I don't follow him, so I don't know if he's controversial, but
they think he used to be a YouTuber, right? Him and his boys. They're wild YouTubers, kind of like the guy that's boxing. To me, he's just another little guy that came on YouTube, and he's super hyper. I haven't heard anything bad. I know he has cookies and stuff in Walmart you could buy for your muscle. That's pretty much all I know about him. Yeah, Mr. Beast has like a lot of food. I know about him because, of course, I research things that I talk about, and I knew about him before because I was like, "What's Mr. Beast?" And I saw like it in the store. I scanned it and found out he's a YouTuber, and he has like food and supplements in the store if you work out, stuff like that. So yeah, I haven't heard anything controversial though.
Yeah, I haven't either. I ran across him on TikTok when he did something where he locked everybody in glass cages, and the last person won $1 million. And so I'm assuming that's what Mr. Beast Games is like.
Mm-hmm.
But I never followed him enough to know like if he said something or done something. But everybody was like, I ain't supporting him. So I was like, ain't no point in me reviewing it. Ain't nobody gonna watch it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, people saying that, but I got a feeling from the episodes from the future they're showing, it's something that's never been on TV before. So the people that are saying that in your audience are going to be watching it, especially over the holidays. And so you can always share your channel when I go live and just have what I'm saying, like that, and then see what look. How about this? The next time I do my live, you add your channel, and then you can see separately what your comments and what people have to say about it or whatever. Because your people come in and vocalize, even I'm live. So we'll do it like that.
Yeah, I will. If I wasn't sick and I was on camera, I would go, to my computer and share. But I'm on my phone.
It's a way to do it on the phone. Remember, I sent you a message when I told you
3 buttons. My phone looked different.
So can you see me screenshot what it looks like when you're on your phone right now? Can you see me screenshot of that? So
I'll take a screenshot so you can see it.
Okay, so I'm about to end it. That's what I'm saying. You take a screenshot now.
Yeah, I did it. I'm gonna text it to you.
Okay. I'm like one of the most annoying big sisters that she has, but she loves me. All right, y'all.
All right, everybody. Thanks for letting me come up and talk real quick.
No, you didn't, girl, please.
Everybody
I love you
have
up here.
a Merry Christmas.
Yes, ma'am. You too, Mama. You and your family. Kimberly has a beautiful family, by the way. I love her. She don't know. I don't tell her, but I just like to look at her family, her son, just the way. I just love their whole vibe. So that's why I always encourage her to do story time because it's a beautiful thing to see. Y'all enjoy yourself and be safe out there in Vegas. Okay. All right, y'all. Happy holidays. Love y'all. Bye. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this. I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what it is. Period.